Hey there guys, welcome back to the QPR Career Mode and welcome to the crunch time of this season. We are in what was potentially going to be the penultimate episode of season number 1 and there's a lot still to go on here. There's a lot that could change. You can see we're currently in second place, but a lot could change. We'll just very quickly have a little gander at the old league table. You can see at the moment we're 4 points behind top place Burnley and only a point ahead of third place Norwich, thanks to a last gasp win against Oxford in the last episode, which that episode could have been horrifically bad for us had that win not come through. If we hadn't picked that one up, we'd be in a really, really bad spot right now. So we've got to hope and pray that we can turn this around. If we can get ourselves back into some form, then obviously we will see ourselves up into the Premier League, but only 5 games left of the season. And it's going to be a real one. It's going to be real tough. We've obviously got Bristol City up next. Then we are away to Preston, home to Swansea, home to Burnley. And then our final game of the season is away to Sunderland. So some real tough games in there, real tricky fixtures. I think we just, without further ado, get into that first game against Bristol City. Every game from now on needs to be 3 points. We've heard back from another set of youth scouts here, so we'll have a look and see if anyone is any decent. We've got 2 okay-ish players here, no one crazy good. Some good potential starting ratings for these 2, but I think we'll probably pass on both. Jesse Fisher, I'm afraid that is a big old no because your stats look awful. Lewis Pope, I don't really think your potential is going to be that great. I think that 80 kind of is a minimum we're looking for here. Samuel Monk could be half decent. I might give him another month scouting. Lance Plant, great name, awful looking stats. And then Taylor Scott and Elliot Talbot both look like they could have some potential, but again, we'll kind of just stick with all of these guys being scattered for now. No one really jumps out at me, which is a shame. We start off game number 1 with heavy rotations due to stamina. You'll see Thomas, Amati and Dunn come in the back line. Santos stays starting at right back. Singh, Varane, Smith all come into that midfield. Field stays in there, as does Chair, as does Seller up top. Heavy rotations. A lot of those rotated players don't even make the bench. I think Sato is the only player who stays on the bench that would normally be in that starting 11. Otherwise, players like Ashby, Morrison, Benny, Dixon, Bonner all make their way onto the bench. Players like Madsen, Dembele, Kenneth Powell, Clark Salter, Cook, none of them make the bench. It is a big issue for us, that rotation. This being game number 1, it's really not ideal. I would have liked to have gone out there and hit the first game today with a big start, but we just got to hope that a bit of rotation doesn't cause us big problems. Seller coming in and getting himself some goals would be great. As you can see, 25 goals this season, being the league top goal scorer. Big player for us this season. He's been hugely important in a large number of games, and this final rush of the season, the final 5 games, we need him to step up and be that big man in front of goal. Come on, you Ours. Oh, good turn here. We've got Bristol City building the way forward. They've had the entire possession these opening 10 minutes. We have literally not touched the ball, not because they've been like passing around the back or like crazy passing. They've just been dribbling really well and then just keeping the ball pretty well as well. But Singh does get back there, wins the ball, gives us our first chance to actually get a touch of the ball here. And we're going to see if we can build up from the back here. Singh back inside now to Ilyas Chair. Ilyas Chair is going to see a bit of a run here from Seller. Seller takes his time, needs somebody to come and help him out. Oh, the ball was meant to go through to Singh, didn't quite find it. Disappointing, but that is literally the first time we've had any possession. Good tackle from Varane, by the way. Paul Smith here out on the right-hand side. Going to look and see Santos overlapping here. Santos, can he get that ball into Seller? He can. It's a great cross. Really good defensive header. I'm going to guess that was maybe Rob Dickey. Really good clearance. Could have been a good chance for us there. Ilyas Chair on the ball. Make us a run, Seller. Does make the run. Maybe gets a bit of space. Oh, good defensive work there from Traore. Doesn't quite fully get it clear, but did really well to get back there and stop Seller from just being clean through one-on-one, because we know how good he is in front of goal. Singh, going to lay it inside now to Thomas. So Luke Thomas has to turn around, finds a nice simple pass here with Varane. Little triangle being played. Really nice play from the boys in the middle of the park there. Going to look out wide and find Ilyas Chair. Sees the overlap here from Thomas. Thomas has done really well, stayed in a good position. Can't quite find Seller. Ball doesn't quite drop to Smith. It's unfortunate. We're making some good play, but no shots for either side in this first half so far. It's been pretty good defensive performances from both sides. Good interception here from Field, actually. Maybe a chance. Oh, Chair gets a little bit lucky, gets the ball, finds Seller. Oh, I've shot a bit early. Oh, it's off the bar. I had a bit more time than I thought. I could have maybe made a run into the box there, but I thought I was going to be closed down by the centre-backs, but that is maybe a chance wasted, it has to be said. And actually maybe a chance here for Bristol City to get forward. Amati having to come across, does pretty well. Covered well by Thomas as well. Oh, and that's a really good ball through. Got to be careful here, boys. Good effort. Good save from Nardi at his close post. Could have been a problem, but Paul Nardi makes a good stop. McGowan here is going to go out to the corner. Might have said that name wrong, and if I have, I apologise. Let's see if we can get this one out. It's a decent cross. Edge of the box sort of vibe. Oh, it's a bad touch there from Amati. That could have been problematic, but thankfully the ball is spooned over the bar, goes out for a goal kick, and that is probably going to be all she wrote for the first half, I would imagine. It is half-time. Not a bad start. We've not really created enough, though. The chance with Seller off the bar was the best chance of the game. The only shot that we have had this half, and they've only been limited to the one shot themselves as well. But we just need to be a bit more inventive with the ball. When we get the ball, we're letting them close us down pretty quickly and cause us problems, both in attack and defence. So going to take off Everton Santos because he's quite tired. Bring on Ashby, mainly, as I said, just for the stamina, just for a bit of rotation. Outside of that, I think we kind of stick with the same thing. Unless we can maybe get ourselves in the lead, I don't think we can really justifiably make too many changes because it does make that squad a little bit weaker. I know we've had to rotate a good chunk already, but we're sort of looking at some reserve players rather than rotation players to be bringing on. So need to try and keep the squad as strong as possible for as long as possible. Sam Field, I just wanted to lay off the chair, but got tackled pretty quickly. But second half, we just need a little bit more, like I say, a bit more creativity in front of that 6-yard box. Just get in the 6-yard box and maybe get ourselves a strike. But hold on a second. Seller going to take it outside of Rob Dickie here, pulls out wide onto his left, finds the back of the net. Zan Seller back into goal scoring ways, got himself a goal in the last episode, and he's bagged himself another one here, his 26th of this championship campaign, and he puts us 1-0 up early doors in the second half. Really good time to score. Just getting out into that second half and getting that early lead is massive, so I'm really, really happy with that. Pulled it wide there, just took it past his man and just had to hit one on that left foot. He does so very, very well, and he finds the back of the net pretty comfortably. Really good finish right in that top corner. O'Leary is getting nowhere near that one, and just like that, boys, we take the lead. I'm not saying it's a deserved lead, but it's a lead that's important, that is for sure. It keeps us in second place as things stand at the moment. Lovely goal, well done, Seller. Ball out wide here. Thomas with works to do up against Sykes. Does really well. Steps in as a good little simple tackle there. Just needed to get a foot in on that one, and he did really well. Mehmeti going off here. Good little player, Mehmeti. A player that I'm gutted we didn't pick up ourselves when he was being offloaded from Wycombe. But I think Bristol City just offered a bit more money, and at the time we weren't really in a position to offer any money at all. So disappointing one, but good little player is Mehmeti. I think he's a good little talent. Got to be careful here not to let them through. Hold on a second. Bird up against Amati. Good block, mate. Varane plays this one through here to Paul Smith. Paul Smith, we see that run from Seller, but we're going to have to ignore it initially. Paul Smith's just going to have to turn, take his time and find Ashby. Ashby back inside to Smith. Smith, good touch there, tries to take it past Traore. Does so. Wanted to dink it into the box, but there was no run from Seller. He's really got to be getting in there, and he just doesn't. A couple of changes from us, though. Frey, Morrison and Dixon Bonner on for Seller, Amati and Varane. All are just like-for-like changes due to stamina, and all changes that, in my opinion, make a whole lot of sense, in all honesty here. We're going to aim for Frey. Also, I was asked a couple of episodes ago if I had set player assignments and stuff up for set pieces. I have done that. So, like, having the target man in there, got it as a striker. I've got the centre-backs on the front and back post, that sort of vibe. I have set that up. I didn't reply to that comment, and I apologise for that profusely. My bad. Ball in there, though. Mitchie Frey, if he'd have got his positioning right, I think he had a really good chance to maybe get something on target there, because that was a really good high looping cross that he had plenty of time to set himself underneath. But 3 Bristol City players made it a bit difficult for him to find his spot. Oh, Paul Smith intercepts a really good through ball there. Going to play it to Chair. Chair, edge the box, gets a bit of space from his man. Hits the bar. O'Leary beat, but it rattles off the crossbar. Could have been 2-0. Couldn't quite double the lead there. It's still only that 1-goal margin, and there's only maybe 5 minutes plus added time left to go. Got to be a little bit careful not to give anything silly away, but if we can keep the ball in their half... Oh, that is an awful pass, Ashby. That is absolutely diabolical, mate. Paul Smith inside. Ilias Chair. Just got to take his time. Well tackled by the midfielder. Traore gets it away. Only a minute or so left on the clock here, plus added time. It's going to be 2 minutes added on. It's 2 minutes for Bristol City to see if they can create anything. We have just got to put them under pressure. We do enough to force them back. It's a scrappy win, but it is a win. 3 important points from 1 important goal from that man up top, Zancella. Lovely, lovely stuff from him. We get ourselves the all-important win. Back-to-back wins. It's been a while since we've had that. This is a really important time to find our form again. Let's hope we keep it up. A huge 3 points as we head into a very congested part of this season. Going to have a look and see if Norwich and Burnley picked up points as well. Norwich didn't. Norwich only picked up a point, so we restore a 3-point cushion against Norwich, which is huge. But again, we're not relying on other teams' scores here. We are relying on our score alone. We don't play Norwich at all again this season, so we have no impact ourselves on how they do. A team we can affect is Burnley, who I think that means they kept... were we 4 points behind? I think they've drawn as well. I think they also drew. Burnley played Norwich. It was a 1-1 draw. That was probably best case scenario for us if we're looking to stay clear of Norwich but also catch Burnley. In all honesty, I'd have preferred a Norwich loss just to keep us further away from them. But that's a pretty good scenario for us there. Burnley 1, Norwich 1's a pretty good score. We get 2 points clear of Norwich and we catch 2 points up to Burnley. So that game against Burnley all of a sudden becomes a potential title deciding match. That's absolutely crazy. First v second, it could be mad. First, we've got Preston to deal with. Let's try and beat them first. Game number 2 thankfully sees us into a full strength 11 here, back to the usual first team squad to take on Preston. We then have 2 days, and then on the 3rd day we play against Swansea, and then we have a 4-day break until Burnley. So my thought process is main squad here, go up against Preston, try and take them on and get these 3 points. Really scrap something against Swansea with, again, that sort of rotated squad we played in the last fixture to have the first team ready again for that game against Burnley. But again, that game against Burnley only matters if we're not dropping points. So it's not to say that that Swansea game or this Preston game, we give it any less beans, we go for it any less for a win. We have to make sure we're picking up points regardless to make sure we stay in a contention spot to actually take them on. That is the thought. That is the aim. Let's see if we can do that here against Preston. Again, back-to-back wins. It's the first time we've had that in a little while because we've been on a real down streak. Can we get back into a little bit of form? Can we hit another purple patch and go on an unbeaten run? Boy, do we need it to end this season. Let's see if we can start that off today. Come on, you us. Santos looks up to try and find Dembele. Loose pass, but does win it back really well there. Heverton Santos going to play inside. It's another loose pass. His passing does let him down a little bit, does Santos? Oh, it's a good bit of play here from Preston. They found themselves a little bit of space on their right-hand side. Kenneth Powell and Steve Cook doing really well. Good interception or stepping in there, really, from Cook to win that ball back. And actually, Sato's got some space here because their fullback was all the way up there trying to add to the attack, and it's given Sato a chance to kind of push forward. Sella finds... he doesn't find Chair. He finds Dembele, who finds Chair. Oh, if that pass had gone to Chair when I was playing it from Sella, then we would have found the back of the net. But spoilers, we've done it anyway. Zancella finds the back of the net again. Absolutely unreal from him right now, pulling off the Marcus Rashford. It's things you love to see. Oh, those QPR fans are going mental, and it's absolutely what they should be doing. We are pushing ourselves into some really good form right now, and Sella yet again leading the way. 27 goals this season. Keeper's sort of thrown himself early, maybe trying to cover that other post. Sella's gone near post, and Sella has gone absolutely clear right now, getting himself another goal this season. What a player, man. Absolutely love the guy. He's been so good for us. 27 goals in 36 games. Zancella, take a bow, mate. Preston again attacking down our left-hand side here. Cook doing really well again. Steve Cook, mate, absolutely leading from the back. Things you love to see. Great tackles twice on that left-hand side. Santos pushing forward, passes it back here and finds Dembele. Dembele, what a beautiful chip that is to Ilias Chair. He brings it down, first touch from his thigh, and then he just hits it wide of the post. I maybe should have taken my time a little bit. I was half tempted to go close post and sort of try and finesse it in that close post corner, but it wasn't to be. It was a really good bit of play in the end from the keeper coming out and narrowing the angle. But that ball from Dembele was lovely. Great first touch, just let down by the finish. Oh, good play here from Preston down the middle this time. But again, they do find themselves out to that right-hand side. Kenneth Powell being kept a busy man whenever Preston get the ball. Really good tackle there from Nicholas Madsen. And a chance to bring this ball forward here. Ilias Chair going to look to his left and find Koki Sato. Sato, can he try and set away Zansella? Can he get the touchdown? Not quite well defended from the defender the first time around. Good headed clearance. Preston bringing this ball through. Good interception there from Jake Clark-Salter. Always fannied around with the clearance, though. Great save from Nardi, pulling us out of some trouble there. I've tried to play that first time. I don't know what it is with Clark-Salter. The last couple of episodes, he's not been playing as we'd expect him to play. He's by far our highest rated defender. He's one of our highest rated players. He's 75 rated. I think he's our joint highest rated player with Ilias Chair. But yeah, it's just not been his month or so as Clark-Salter. He's been disappointing. Also disappointing that we couldn't just get that ball away and maybe try and push for a second before half time. But hopefully it's just a blip from Clark-Salter and we'll be back to full usual schedule from him. But overall, really happy with the performance so far. I think we've been playing some good football. We've had a good couple of chances. Chair was unlucky. Some nice passing in that sort of final third and in the middle of the park as well to create chances. Steve Cook has played a blinder so far this game. He has been really, really good at the back. So I don't really want to take him off. He's a little bit tired, but I don't really want to have to rotate him if I don't have to. So I'm not going to. I think we'll keep Dembele on for a little bit, but he does get quite tired quite quickly. So I might have him sort of as a around the hour mark substitution just because of stamina. I've still got that cough. You're welcome. But yeah, let's just see second half if we can create a little bit more, maybe another slightly more clear-cut chance, because that Chair one was, I would say, a clear-cut chance. Obviously, the goal with Sella. Outside of that, they've been sort of half chances. Let's try and make a few more slightly convincing arguments for a second. Let's not let this one in here, actually. Let's defend this early doors here from Preston as they pile on the pressure around the edge of the box here. They're going to look out wide. No, he looks central. Good strike. Good, clean save from Nardi, though. Sato, really nice play here. Holds it up really nicely. Finds Sella, who's got the beating of his man here. Zansella makes it 2. It's easily done. And boy, oh boy, is he absolutely doing the business. He's dramatic as anything. He was cool, calm and composed in the first. Absolute drama on the second, but lovely strike from him. Power at that close post. Keeper's got no chance there as it's hit with some real venom to beat him there. And yeah, we double the lead. He doubles his score for the day, 28 for the season. And I have actually just scheduled to sub him off as well, but Zansella has been unreal yet again. He's back to his best in this season so far. He's been real good for his early doors. Had a bit of a blip in the middle, but now he's back to his full fighting potential. We've brought on Singh on the right-hand side for Dembele. We brought on Ashby at right back for Heverton Santos. Mitchie Frey, has come on up top for Sella. And Jonathan Varane replaces Madsen in the midfield. 4 like-for-like changes. All are just stamina-based. And yeah, that second goal hopefully should see us clear now. If we just keep up the level of defending we've done in that first half, we should be good from here. Sato turns his man really nicely. We see that overlapping run there from Kenneth Powell. Kenneth Powell dinks it through. Mitchie Frey on the volley. I should have taken a touch. Can he get the rebound? Not quite. He's a big boy, but he didn't really throw himself into that one. But it drops to Sam Field here. Sam Field, not really known for his goals. Did score a blinder against Crystal Palace in the Cup for those who remember that one not too long ago. We find Frey again. Frey turns, finds Powell. I wanted it to Chair. If that had gone to Chair, boys, that's a really good chance for a third. But really good play from the boys up there. We were just unlucky, I think, not to get something. Also, it wasn't Ashby who came on. It was Thomas. Thomas is on the bench. It's Thomas who came on at right back. Out of position, but I'm sure he'll do a job. Powell finds no. Oh, Chair wins the ball high up here. Oh, I've tried to flick it through for Mitchie to run onto, but Mitchie's actually done really well to head it back to Ilias. Good save in the end from the keeper. It was a good effort, but the keeper does get down to it pretty well and stops it starting to become a problem. Josh Bowler comes on here for Preston. Didn't realise, is he actually at Preston now? Is that where he's at? Interesting. Anyway, we're going to make our last change here as well. Let's see. We're going to bring on... I'm going to take off Cook. We'll bring on Amati. I know Amati will play in their next game, so I don't want him to get crazy tired, but gives him 10 minutes. Just a little bit of rotation means that Cook can come off after playing, I would say, Probably one of the best games Steve Cook has played for us in this series so far. Really, really good performance. I think he was utterly convincing. And one of the best players on the pitch. He stopped a good 2-3 chances for Preston. Mitchy Frey's had a good 2-3 chances as well and has not found the back of the net. He's been dramatically unlucky. Really good save there from the keeper to stop him from finding that goal and getting us our third. But yeah, Steve Cook, probably, apart from Zancella, obviously, with the 2 goals and some pretty good performances up top, Steve Cook right up there for man of the match today. Real good performance from him. Sato looks up, finds Mitchy Frey. Mitchy Frey going to try and cut inside a little bit. Oh, misses the ball. Could have maybe thrown himself over there because the defender, I don't think, got a touch, but I think was enough to put Frey off. Could have chucked a cheeky little dive in there. I reckon he could have won a free kick. There's that full-time whistle. The boos ring around from the Preston fans as QPR come out to a comfortable 2-0 win in the end of things. Preston probably going to see themselves a bit of a mid-table season to finish things off for them, which, to be fair, for a lot of teams, it's not the end of the world. As a QPR fan in real life, I'd absolutely take a mid-table season wholeheartedly. But at the moment in this save, second place is still currently secured. Big game against Swansea up next, though. Let's jump into that one. Let's see how both Burnley and Norwich did as well, because that is actually quite heavily reliant on a few things. We talked about this being the crunch time of the season. Boy, oh boy, are Burnley faltering just as much as we were. It looks like it's their turn to hit some average form. They only pick up a point, so they've got themselves another draw here, and we shoot past them with a better goal difference. That's absolutely mental. The big thing this season has been we have drawn so many games, 12 draws this season, the second most, I believe, in the top 10. Which just shows you, joint second there with Sunderland in the top 10, just shows you there have been so many games where we really could have and or should have pushed on to get that win, to get that extra goal. Because if we had in just a couple of those games, we'd be heavily ahead of the rest of the pack there. It really does go to show that those couple of draws really did shoot us in the foot for a little while. But Burnley hitting a bad run of form, which for us is also great because obviously they're not our next game, but they're the game afterwards. So playing them at a really good time as they start to hit a bit of a downward spike in form. But Norwich come away winning their game, so they stay within 3 points of both us and Burnley now. Crazy top of the table. This final part of the season is going to go a little bit mad. We'll have a look at the bottom half as well and just see what the relegation scrap is looking like. Oxford United on 26, Sheffield Wednesday on 28. Both of those now confirmed down. Neither of those can catch Millwall on 41. So yeah, both Sheffield Wednesday and Oxford United confirmed relegated in this season. Portsmouth on 41, Millwall on 41, Swansea on 47. So this game for Swansea is actually huge because if Swansea were to pick up 3 points, get themselves to 50, that would mean that Portsmouth and Millwall could no longer catch them, and they are confirmed safe. However, at the moment, both Millwall and Portsmouth are able to catch, although actually technically both of them can get to 50, so they wouldn't be safe actually on a technicality. They need 4 points, Swansea, and they're good. Or they just need Millwall and Portsmouth to drop any points, and then they're absolutely fine. But we're going to try and stop that from happening. We need to pick up 3 more points here. We need to stay clear, especially of Fulham. Fulham? Nowhere near Fulham right now. We need to stay clear of Norwich and then try and stay relatively clear of Burnley. Where on earth did I get Fulham from? Okay, we go into this game with a little bit of rotation. Thomas on the left and Marty and Dunn both in at centre-backs. Benny starts on the left, Varane in over Madsen, Paul Smith on the right, and Mitchy Frey up top. Actually, that is quite a bit of rotation saying it out loud. We literally all bar 4, including Nardi, keep their place. That's a lot of rotation, actually, now that I think about it. But I'm confident in this team. Yes, we've rested a good few players. Some of them, however, are on the bench. Sato, Sella, I don't think Pal is, maybe Madsen, I can't remember, but some of them do stay on the bench. Sella isn't crazy tired. Sella could have started, but a little bit of rotation to get Frey in there, and also just to rest Sella just a touch. I know he's going to be pushing for that 30 goals because he's on 27. 3 in the last 3 would see him hit 30 goals in a championship season, which is absolutely phenomenal. But let's just see if these boys can go out there and get a big win at home at Loftus Road. It's a really important one. Now that we've got ourselves just ahead of Burnley, We want to stay there, because then that means that game against Burnley is a chance to clear them rather than having to play catch up again. It's a really good opportunity for us here, boys. QPR against Swansea at Loftus Road. Come on, you Rs. The QPR fans singing in full voice. It's what you love to see. It's one of the things, honestly, when Loftus Road gets loud, when the home fans, when we do get into it, it's such a good place to be. I love it. Admittedly, I think the away fans are often louder, as in our QPR away fans are often louder than the home fans. And I say that as a season ticket holder. But when that Loftus Road gets rocking, there's no better place to be. Varane inside here to Ilias Chair. Chair tries to bring this ball forward here. We see a bit of space there for Benny. We're going to try and find it. Go on, Benny, mate. Cut inside. He does cut inside. He looks down, finds Frey. Frey opens it up on that right. It's a good effort, but Fisher down to it with a very, very good save. Really good stop from the keeper. Some welly behind that one. Lovely run there from Benny. Good pass out from Chair just to find the open space for him. But yeah, really, really good effort there from Frey and a good save from the keeper. But we aim deep here for Frey. Frey is going to sort of win the first one. He's always like double marked on those corners. It feels like they know that he's the threat, so they double mark him. Samfield gets this ball up here to Paul Smith on this right-hand side. Paul Smith just going to try and cut inside. Does so pretty well, but look at that overlapping run there. Oh, we couldn't quite find Santos. It was a good run from Santos. We couldn't quite get it there, though. Going to play this one high and loop in for Frey to win. Frey outmuscles the defender. It's a gentle header, but it finds the back of the net, just loops over the keeper, and it just goes in. You know what? I don't know what I'm pressing to do that. I don't even know how you do that. I've done it twice today without even meaning to. But Mitchie Frey comes up with a lovely finish. The cameraman doesn't entirely know what to do there, but just the strength just shoves the defender off him very fairly. It's a fair just little push, but the power header wasn't too much power in it. It was just a looping header that the keeper, I think, just sort of misjudged. It's a lovely goal. It's 1-0, and again, it's a really good time to get that goal. Nice in that first half, on that 30-minute mark. Mitchie Frey puts us 1-0 up, boys. Got to be careful here as Swansea push forward. Amati could have maybe pushed that ball there, but I didn't really want to commit him because I have got a centre back massively out of position. But Thomas did really well actually at covering that spot, so it didn't look like we were a player down in the middle there. Field wins it once, but he does get past him. Jimmy Dunn comes out now. Jimmy Dunn and Field, really good job between the two of them there to not let anything really develop there, not really give them a chance to shoot. Paul Smith does really well at bringing this ball forward. Ilias Chair. I'm trying to set Mitchie Frey with runs in behind. His FC stats are not built for that. Santos with work to do here. Sung just walks past Santos as if he's not there. Jimmy Dunn comes out to it. That little ball roll could have been a problem, but Jimmy Dunn stuck out that left boot and won it. Well done, Jimmy. Good interception there. Paul Smith finds Chair. Chair tries to play Frey through. I don't think he'd have got to it. It was a bit of an ambitious pass, but the ref blows his whistle anyway and calls it to half time. 1-0 at the break. We're doing okay at the moment at getting those first goals. We do get ourselves into the lead for the third time in today's episode, 3 out of 3, and we're looking all right for it so far. We've been decent. It's another first half clean sheet, which is nice to be in that position. Very happy with that indeed. Field is getting a little bit tired, so Field is going to come off here. Elijah Dixon-Bonner going to take his place. I know he is out of position, but we've kind of got to play him there. It's what we've got to do. So we're going to whack him there. We're going to keep him in that position. We're going to move Varane as the holding because he's a holding plus, and we'll put Dixon Bonner on that deep line playmaker so he can do a job there. For now, though, I think that's it. Seller now back. I swear they don't go up in stamina if they haven't played. Very odd, because he definitely wasn't at full before kickoff, but that's fine. We're also going to take off Everton Santos here. Actually, no, I'm going to save that for a bit of a partway through the game substitution. We'll take off Everton Santos at some point and bring on Ashby, just because, again, Ashby is our only other right-back choice right now. I know sometimes we play Thomas there out of position, but he's not trained to play right-back, so he is playing there on just pure vibes rather than actual ability at being a right back. So I'd like to keep Evans and Santos fully fit to start the Burnley game. I don't want any reason to have to rotate into Ashby, who's obviously 64 rated. So it would be nice to start with as strong a team as we can against Burnley. Hence the rotation for this game as well a little bit. Got to be careful here. Oh, it's a good attempt to play that through there, but Jimmy Dunn read that ball really, really well. Brings it away. Bit of a shirt pull there, ref. Missed it. Got to be careful here. Good ball over the top there, but Jimmy Dunn again Really, really good performance so far from Jimmy Dunn. He is actually scheduled to come off now. I have queued up a couple of substitutions, but he's put in a real good shift today in this game. He's been very, very impactful at the back. Or good effort there from Chair. I tried to play it through to Smith. It was very ambitious, though. It was going to be a tough one. Ball here with Ilias Chair. Ilias Chair now going to keep trying to burst through the middle. Good tackle there from the Swansea man. Not sure who it was, but it was a very good tackle because I just tried to set away Paul Smith and he's timed that really, really well to stop me from doing so. Those subs, by the way, still not been made. I queued them up to the 58th minute. We're about to hit the 80th. Oh, really good ball through here from the Swansea man. It's a chip over the top. Heverton Santos, though, gets back there and clears it acrobatically, but it's not gone just yet. As they fire themselves back into it, Ginelli is going to make it 1-1 right at the death. I have scheduled a good chunk of changes here, all are stamina and rotation based. You might question some of these decisions. I've got reasons for them. It's a good goal, though. It's sloppy defence, good clearance from Santos, but we just didn't close it and get it out there after that initial clearance. Clean sheet gone. Are the 3 points gone as well? We are going to find out. But the change is being made. Frey off for Seller. Chair off for Sarpreet Singh. Morrison comes on for Jimmy Dunn. And I think that was it. I think those are all the changes. They are all, as I say, just for rotation, just for stamina, and some of them just to keep some players nice and fit for the Burnley game. It's why I took Chair off. Chair very rarely comes off the pitch. And my thought process was, if we can see this one out, keep him at max fitness so that he's ready for that Burnley game, that would be the absolute ideal. But we also brought on Seller because I just thought, it's fresh legs up top. He's at full stamina. He's not going to, in 25 or in this case, 8 minutes, going to lose enough stamina to not be able to play in that game against Burnley. But we dropped the points. I don't think the substitutions wouldn't have made a difference there. It is what it is. It's 1-1. It's a real disappointing draw there. That feels like a loss. That is a huge, huge 2 points dropped. Well, it is safe to say the top 3 teams right now are making it difficult for themselves. Burnley lost to Sheffield United, who picked up a huge 3 points at seeing themselves stay in those playoff places. It's now pretty much confirmed that Leeds and Sheffield United will both be in those playoff places. Luton still fighting out against the teams like Coventry, against Watford. West Brom can still squeeze in there. I would say Cardiff, though, I think mathematically are actually out of it now. But you've got Luton, Coventry, Watford and West Brom all with a chance at securing that final place with 2 games to go. Obviously, Norwich, Burnley and ourselves all pushing for those automatics and pushing for the top of the table if we can. Norwich got a 0-0 draw against Millwall, so they stayed 3 points behind us, 2 points behind Burnley. This game against Burnley is absolutely title deciding. It literally is where the title will be decided. Absolutely insane. My thought process was, well, we've got a draw. Burnley will likely win their next game, even though they'd been out of form a little bit. We'll be a couple of points behind, but we can make, or it would have been a point, 2 points behind. But with that game, we could then overtake them. We're the ones in the driver's seat right now. Obviously, Norwich themselves could cause an upset and could win the whole thing anyway. Obviously, we're against Burnley. They then have Middlesbrough away. Not an easy game on paper, but Middlesbrough right now are down in 19th. So you would say Norwich really should be favourites in that one. But all will be worked out, all will be told in the next episode, the final episode of this first season. I cannot wait. This has been a crazy, crazy start to this series. I've had a great time. Hopefully you guys have too. And if you have enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. Supports me, the video, the channel, and the series out a whole bunch. If you're new, hit the sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. But for now, guys, I want to say a massive thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome. And I'll see you very soon. Look after yourselves. And of course, wash your hands. See you later.